know the never-ending debate about the larynx. What do I do with my larynx when I sing? Do I have to keep it neutral? Is singing with a high larynx bad? What about low larynx? Is that better? I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna give you my #1 exercise for vocal stability that works every single time, 100% of the time. Welcome back to another edition of Victoria's Victorious Vocal Tips. 29 years of teaching voice, 41 years of studying voice, all different styles. Who said that serious vocal technique can't be fun? Okay, folks, let's jump right into the debate. What is the correct position for the larynx when you sing? And most of you probably think I'm going to say the neutral larynx. But here's my answer. It depends upon the style you are singing and the sound that you want. Listen, when we speak, the larynx floats up and down. Depends what we're saying. Depends what our mood is. Depends what our expression is. The exception to that would be if you speak like a robot. I am a robot. Everything I say sounds the same. I don't think you want to sing that way. So I'm going to demonstrate different levels of my larynx depending upon what I'm saying and how I want to communicate. I'm going to speak in a lower larynx and then inflect to a mid-level larynx. Listen up. I'm very sorry about the loss of your dog. Oh, wait a minute, there he is. This is a mid-level larynx, neutral. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 10 o'clock news. This is a higher larynx. Hey, Harry, get over here. Okay, now before we go to singing, I want you to experience these different levels of the larynx in speaking. So I'd like you to take your index finger, place it across the Adam's apple, okay? Ladies have the equivalent of an Adam's apple. And I'd like you to say, just in a normal speaking voice, For most people, that's neutral or medium level. So if I say to you, do you want to go to the movies? Most people don't go, or go, no, Now, say, yes. Do you like to sing? Yes. Great. So I'd like you to go into the beginning of a yawn. I said beginning, like this. And you can feel that larynx float gently down. It does not drop down or get pushed down. Great. That elongates the vocal tract and will give me a little darker sound if that's what I want, or maybe a more sophisticated sound. So, yes, I'm going to lunch today in Paris. Or, welcome to Smooth Jazz Radio, your favorite hits all night long. Okay, that was the beginning of a yawn for a lower larynx. Now, I want you to do the full-blown yawn like this. Put your finger back across your larynx. Okay, the full-blown yawn is too much. That creates a depressed larynx. That will make me sound like a cartoon character. Hello, boo-boo. Hello, children. My name is Mrs. Doubtfire. So now we're going to go into the neutral laryngeal position and go to high. So let's take your finger again across your larynx, and I'm just going to ask you a question, and you're going to just say in your neutral speaking voice, yes, like this. So, do you like to sing? Yes. Great. Now, I'd like you to swallow. You feel the throat close up, and you feel these laryngeal muscles rise. Okay? I want you to do that again. And now in a little higher speaking voice with a little bit of that rise, you're going to say, oh, wow. You notice it's different than oh, wow. Now, swallow again. You never want to sing at the top of that swallow. That would be like SpongeBob. Hello, folks. My name is SpongeBob. I don't think that's the sound you want when you sing, unless you are purposely creating a character voice. So from these speaking exercises, you see that it depends upon what style you are singing and what sound you want. It's important that you understand this because This is a big reason why people don't sound right in certain styles. For example, I might have a classical singer, an opera singer that's trying to sing pop with a low larynx. Doesn't work. Or I might have a belter that tries to sing jazz and it doesn't sound right because their larynx is too high. You have to understand what works authentically with the style that you are trying to sing. I want you to remember that the key word here is float. The larynx floats. It might float a little bit higher, depends what I'm saying, or it might float a little bit lower, but it should never be pushed down by the root of the tongue or by depressing the tongue, because that will create a lot of problems. Nor should it be allowed to jump up, because that will create a lot of problems. I'm going to link some of my videos in the description below that will teach you how to sing with an open throat and how to sing better high notes, because many people allow their larynx to jump up for the high notes, and that doesn't sound good. So now I'm going to sing with different levels of the larynx for different styles, so you can hear this. A low level larynx, if I want a darker, more hollow sound. Lullaby of Broadway, that's when I... Georgia, Georgia, voi chi sapete che... A neutral larynx for a more conversational and natural sounding tone. Typically used in folk, some musical theater, some pop. For example, you've got a friend. Simple and conversational, not fancy. A higher larynx, if I want a brighter tone, maybe edgier, younger, often used in some pop, a lot of contemporary musical theater, country, bluegrass. For example, wish I could be part of that world. Or, two doors down there laughing and drinking and having a party. So here are our exercises for a floating but stable larynx. Remember, we don't want that larynx to jump up and we don't want it to be pushed down either. First, a simple 5-tone scale. We allow a little bit taller space, a little bit, as we ascend to avoid that larynx jumping up. We don't want, we definitely don't want that, but we don't want that larynx pushed down, depressed with the tongue either. So we don't want, both of those will create problems. Okay, let's do 2 more. Great. Second exercise, a simple 1-5-1 exercise like this. Again, make sure that you just let that larynx float. How about up here? Make sure to watch my videos on the tight throat, throat tension, also how to sing better high notes. All links will be in the description below. It is now time for my number 1 exercise for stability at the larynx that works 100% of the time. 3 fingers on the neck, okay? If your larynx likes to jump up, then the 3 fingers with a little bit of friendly pressure will keep it more stable. If your throat likes to squeeze and close up, the 3 fingers will keep it more open. We always want the base of this throat here free. We never want to sing on the squeeze. We're going to continue with that 1-5-1 exercise. I want everybody to have their 3 fingers on both sides of the neck. 2 more. Or men could be down here. One more. You see, when that larynx doesn't jump up and down and get pushed down, the sound is more even and it's a lot easier to sing. We've come to the time for Victoria's wisdom. Remember that the position of the larynx depends upon what style you are singing and what expression you wish to communicate. It should always be free and float, never hiked up and never pushed down. I hope you have enjoyed another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me your comments. I answer all comments. Enjoy your singing, and I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.